Welcome to the Kilsyth Sports Centre, the Hugh McMenamin Arena, for the second half of our doubleheader tonight, which sees the Kilsyth Cobras hosting the Ballarat Miners. My name is Aaron Tate. Mark Watkins not with us tonight. He's had to go and isolate himself, so get well soon, buddy. As I say that, I have to clear my throat, but I think I'm all good. I'm a negative at the moment. Coming into this game, the Miners sit at 2-2, having only played the 4 games so far this season. They're sitting in the middle of the ladder at 9th. They have just come off a big win in Bendigo, which is never easy to do, but especially with that Country Victoria rivalry. A big win and some momentum coming off of that will the Miners will bring into this game. For Kilsyth, they have the dreaded Doomsday double going down to Tassie to take on Hobart and then Northwest Tassie, and came away with 2 wins. So again, riding high, both teams coming in with some form. It'll be interesting to see which one can be able to carry that through to next week. Looking down to the court, the Miners will be starting with David Chris, Preston Bungie, both the Americans starting for them. Although I think Preston Bungie might be naturalised now, my bad. They'll also go with Cohen Sapwell, his first season in Ballarat, having played last season in Hobart. We'll also start with Nick Pozoglu, former Miner, went over to the NBL 1W, the West, and managed to win their MVP and the Defensive Player of the Year. So always exciting is Nick Pozoglu. And in the middle is Big Deng Gak, who wins the tip for the Miners, who will open up their the game with the possession. Sapwell now, he looks to take it on Trey Young, bounces off and then fades away, manages to put it up anyway. 2 quick points to start the game for Cohen Sapwell. Cobras are starting with Mitch Dealmans in the point guard, filling in for the injured Adi Tamara in the starting lineup as Trey Moses puts it right into the hands of Pozoglu. Dengak, a big dunk for Dengak to start the run for the Miners. They're already up to 4-0. Dealmans to Jeffs. Looking the hand off to Ursich. A lot of pressure up above the 3-point line by the Miners. So Dealmans looks for the gap underneath, finds it beautifully. Cannot finish at the rim though. Rebound Pozoglu. Crisp now right side. Dealman's in his face, looking to put the move. Dealman stays in front. Sapwell now. Gets all the way to the left, goes up to the right, and another 2. Ballarat with a 6-zip start. Big beginning for the Miners. Dealman's again to bring it up. He's joined out there by Ursich, Defs, Deng, and Moses in the middle. Deng now left side. He'll go up the right hook off the back eye, no good. Dengak with the rebound. Deng just coming back to Kilsyth for the first weekend last weekend. Had a good run in Tassie, getting used to the team still, so possibly poised for a breakout game. We'll see. He's got Gak ahead of him now as Gak looking to work against Deng. Out to Sapwell, 8 on the shot clock. He looks to go in, draws the contact, no foul call. Big block, Trey Moses. On the other end, it's Deng. Deng looking to go to the hoop, takes on Deng Gat. Just manages to roll in. The first points of the game for the Cobras go to Deng. Deng. Sapwell still a little ginger after that. He's down on the left corner there, but I think you might be right. Crisp now to Bungie, over to Sapwell. Fakes the shot on Ursich, drives, gets to the hole. Not a whole lot of resistance behind him, and Jeffs couldn't stop him. Another 2 to Cohen Sapwell. He started strong. Deng looks to pull up, thinks against it. Into Moses now, working against Deng. Deng manages to get the hand in and swipes it out. It ends up with Preston Bungie, who'll bring up the court. Goes baseline, kicks it out. David Crisp, big 3. David Crisp. Ballarat have started on an 11-2 run. No, that's a 2. It's a 10-2 run. Foot on the line. Big beginning for the Miners. Jess finds Moses, looks to take on. Takes on Crisp, had the size advantage, and a late Dengak couldn't put off Trey Moses. His first points of the game. And Pozoglu looking to get Crisp involved, goes up for the shot, the old jump and pass. The pass from Pozoglu is no good, that's picked off by Ursich. Jeff's looking to take on Bungie, he gets all the way through, draws an arm in the wrong spot by Preston Bungie, who doesn't really feel like he did that much wrong, but it will be Corey Jeffs going to the line. His first, in fact, the first foul call of the match. The big Corey Jeffs at the stripe. Just makes the first. Doesn't often miss. That puts him up to 16 of 17 for the season. So it's bumped him up to about 95%. Keeps going 2 from 2 for Corey Jeffs. Kilsyth eked out the last 4 points. It's 10-6. Crisp. It's out to Gack. Got Moses in front of him. Back out to Crisp now. It'll go to 3 Pozoglu. Sapwell open left wing. Big 3 Cohen Sapwell. Doesn't need a whole lot of room to Cohen Sapwell to shoot. And when he gets going, he really gets going. Hasn't had a huge season yet for Ballarat, but this could be the breakout game he's been waiting for. Moses posts up against Gack. Probably has a strength advantage, but Gack watches that go over his head and off the rim. Rebound to Ballarat. Sapwell again. Ersic in front of him. He punts it out of court. Turnover Ballarat. It'll be Kilsyth ball. And someone's lost a whistle. I see our referee for the evening trying to reattach her gear. No backup is needed. Gilman's now again in the starting spot in place of Eddie Tomato, not playing tonight. Crick gets a hand in the right spot and slaps it out of court. Still 17 on the shot clock. Kilsyth ball from the side. Ersic to Dillmans. Almost through the mismatch. Ersic back to Dillmans. Tried to let go of it. It kind of stuck to his hands. And on the fadeaway, not giving him room to land, they've called the foul on Cohen Sapwell. Again, not overly happy about it. The ref spotted some head contact, so it'll be Ersic at the line. Cohen Sapwell doesn't feel like he did anything. And to be honest, I don't know who's right with that. We'll see how we go with Ben Ersic at the line. The first rims out for Ersic. Ersic on a domestic night worth pointing out, a Maroon and Magic product. Him and 80 Tomato, both the Magic players, although again 80's not here tonight. Ersic makes a second. Ballarat quick start out of the free throw make. Little feed for Sapwell. Gack got completely smothered, so he kicked it out to Bungie. No good. Back iron off the rim. It'll be Sapwell pulling it in the long rebound, resuming with a fresh 14 to work with. Dan Gack working against Moses. Fades over the top and nicely done. Dan Gack. Big fadeaway points for the Sydney boy. By the University of Miami as well, so Haddies did one time. Dang. Now, there's a lot of hands in there. The last one was a Ballarat one, though, and it'll be Kilsyth ball. 9 on their shot clock to work with. Jeffs comes off the screen. He's got Bungie in front of him. Dang looked to kind of make a move, and I think Sapwell just kind of stayed with him there. Turning over cause and a foul on the break. It is an unsportsmanlike on Ersic. It was a clear path foul. So straight to the line for 2 shots and possession. Cohen Sapwell will go to add to his already impressive total of points of 9 at this stage. Shot 4 or 5 from the field, and he'll look to make this at least 2 more, if not more, after the possession ball. Trey Moses will have a rest of the first sub of the game. In comes Tim Lang. Lang coming off a fairly big week as well. He had 17 against Hobart and then another 12 against Northwest Tassie, so he just keeps contributing. Sapwell misses the first, so rare miss from Cohen Sapwell. No mistake with the second, so they'll get the 1 point out of the freebies and then they will keep possession. Tim Lang having a chat with the ref. He's not been involved in any of the play yet, but still a good old catch-up. Crisp now just keeps going right, finds a gap and found everyone flat-footed. David Crisp with the nice 2. Ersic now right side, looking to get it into Lang, but Pozoglu just picks the steal off again to Gack. He's got Deng in front of him. Did Deng draw enough to draw the charge? He did. Good position by Deng and drew the foul on Deng Gack. That'll be Gack's first. Scrapey start for the Cobras, similar to the women's game. They just haven't really got any flow on the offense just yet. See Jordan Lingard will look to check into the game. He's replacing Dengak. There they are, the 14-3 boys tending to their court sweeper duties. And we will resume. Then a look to get it into Dealman's. Dealman's catch uses the Deng screen well. Ersic looking to get open against Sapwell. Over to Dealman's now. He's looking to go straight through the middle. Waiting for Lang, didn't quite find him. Deng from the right corner. That's short, no good. David Crisp with the rebound. He looks to run for the Miners. Looks to shake Dealman's. Not an easy task, but doesn't quite make the long two to go. Deng looks to push it up the court, up the other way. The gangly movements of Deng. No one could read it. Went over the top, and another two for Deng. His first home game for the Cobras this season. Did come along last season as well and had a couple of games before the season was shut down, so it'll be interesting to see what he can do with the full season. As Sapwell goes right to the hoop, drew a plethora of defenders, made the basket, drew the foul, and that's on Ben Ersic. That's his second in the mid stages of the first quarter, so we may see him have a quick rest here. In fact, it will be a timeout with Kilsyth already down 11 in the first quarter. It's Ballarat 20, Kilsyth 9. Of those 20, it's Cohen Sapwell, who has 12 of them. 13, in fact, pardon me. He started the game on fire, and as mentioned before, he hasn't had the best start to the season, certainly not to his standards, but again, his breakout game was going to happen eventually. This could be the night. Teams re-emerge from their timeout. Sub will be made by Ballarat, and that we'll see for the first time Will Hines check in. We are at Kilsyth Basketball's domestic night, so we're pointing out a couple of locals on the court. We've got Mitch Dealman's playing from the Foster's Phantoms. He's grown up in the Kilsyth system, as has Ben Ersic, who's been a Marooner. Shout out to the Magic. Sadapolo looks to convert his and one, and does so with no trouble. And it pushes the lead out to 21-9. That's 12 points to start with in the mid stages of the first quarter. This is threatening to be a blowout early. Corey Jeff's got to the hoop, but just got cut off at the end by Postiglu. The ball stripped out of court. It will be Kilsyth ball. 13 left on their clock. Dealman's couldn't find the first option, went to Deng, back to Dealman's. He's still got 10 to work with, so they'll reset. Deng now, he's got Lingard. Had Lingard on him, and Deng just put the elbow in the wrong spot and hooking, and he's drawn the offensive foul, has Jordan Lingard. It'll be Deng's first for the evening. Jordan Lingard, a Coal Lake boy, he's managed to come up and carve out a role for himself in the Miners. Very reliable first option off the bench for them at the moment. Sapwell looked to find Postiglu underneath, but couldn't quite make it work. Lang kicks it out, managed to avoid the defense of Will Hines. Deng, long three, no good. Rungi looking to take on Dillman, kicks it out. It's Postiglu with a floater, and that's beautiful. Nicely done, Mick Postiglu. Just now on the right side, uses the Lang screen, the pick and roll. Lang just reaches over the top of Postiglu and then got no iron at all on the shot. Again, Sapwell looks to move, spins past a couple of defenders, can't make the shot go, but Nick Postiglu on the crumbs puts it right up over the hoop and in. Postiglu starting to rack up a couple of points now. That's his first on the board. Ersic up, under, Deng, almost with the putback. Lang almost with the putback. A second attempt, no good. It's tapped out by, I think it was Posaglu. No, it's tapped out by Lang after all that. So I think they're going to realise now that it is actually going to be a Ballarat ball. In comes Hamish McDonald, who's had a pretty great start to the season. He's starting at 1 point as well, so he'll see his minutes early, as will Patrick Emery. Bungie. Zach Dunmore's coming into the game for the Miners as well. They're right over the top of Lang, can't get that to go over and in. Emery pushes up now to Jeffs. He uses the Lang screen. Stops, pops from three. That's no good off the front iron as well. Big skying rebound by Jordan Lingard. And he runs the floor well, gets to the other end, but it's Rory Jeffs with, he may be credited with that block, but it was definitely good D after a pretty impressive run up the guts of the court by Lingard. Jeffs pulls up again, this time more open than last, and this time hits the three to Corey Jeffs. His second basket of the night. He's up to 5. Hines just gets right through the D, doesn't get the shot to drop at the end, and Ersic did enough to corral that rebound in. Jeffs waves off Patrick Emery, does the ball handling himself, now he hands it off. Obviously Patrick Emery a bit more tonight with Tamata out. Jeffs looking to put the moves on Dunmore under there. It's gone back out to Lang, 10 on the shot clock. He's looking for the post up again as Jeffs. Goes up and over the crowd, no good. The foul's drawn though, there's a bunch of arms in there. That one's called on. And it is on Zach Dunmore, so that'll be his first for the evening. Zach Dunmore's an Ararat boy, so it's good to see a lot of the Western Victoria locals making it up to the Ballarat Miners ranks and even through their junior system. It's Jeffs at the line, a rare miss from him. Doesn't make the same mistake twice, so 1 from 2 for Corey Jeffs. Hines to Posaglu, directing traffic at the top. Kilsyth has switched to a 2-3 zone now. Ersic having a couple of spots. Preston Boogie gets in from the elbow. Shot's no good, so the hot start from Ballarat starting to dry up. Kilsyth want to make the most of that at the moment. Jeffs pulls up from way beyond the 3-point line, but that one's long. Posaglu rebounds. Looks for the skip pass, but there's a hand to it by Ersic. It still will be Ballarat ball. Plenty of time in the shot clock. 19 left on it. Hines. Bungie just loses Tim Lang. The shot goes off the corner. No good. Tapped out though in the hands of Dunmore. Bungie will start again. Another tapped pass, but this one still lands in the hands of Will Hines, and the big three from the left corner for Will Hines. Come up through the Ballarat system via the Exes Acme Club. And he's done real well so far in this season and in the VYC, the Big V competition. Lang looking to put the moves on. He drew the contact from Posaglu. That'll be his first foul, but they are in the bonus with only 15 left in this quarter, so Tim Lang will head to the line. His team's down 15, so he'll look to try to make that down to 13, and for their sake, they'll want to get a stop at the end. Ballarat have a chance to finish this quarter strong. Lang misses his first as well. Usually pretty dependable from the line, this Tim Lang. Makes the second. 14-point game. 13 seconds left in the first. It'll be Hines bringing the ball up, facing in that 2-3 zone again. Hines skip past to Posaglu, looks to make the moves on Jess, gets trapped by Lang. Dunmore draws a contact from Emery. They're going to have done enough, the Cobras, to draw the turnover. And they'll finish this one with half a second on the clock. Again, not enough time for a decent shot, so Ballarat making sure that they don't get an easy little tap. Lang tries anyway, fading away, turning, twisting, never good, but worth a shot anyway. Going into the quarter-time break, it's Ballarat 28, Kilsyth 14. Ballarat led by the hot hand of Cohen Sackwell, who has half of those 20. No, pardon me, he's got 12 points. I'm off tonight, pardon me. Sackwell, 12 points on 5 of 6 shooting. He's backed up across the board by David Christ with 5. Gack has 4. Hines 3, and then a couple each for Pozoglu and Lingard off the bench. For the Cobras, they are led at the moment by Corey Jess with his 6 points. 4 for Deng Deng, and then 2 for Trey Moses, a single for each of Lang and Ursich. Not a whole lot of scoring, and I think Coach Godfrey won a whole lot more than 14 points out of a quarter, so he'll have to make some adjustments going into this period. It's worth mentioning at this point that putting small children into enormous uniforms is never not funny, especially on junior domestic night where there's people that are representing their clubs. Making them do so in comically oversized uniforms is absolutely hilarious, and it never ever gets old. One of them still trying to get his gear on. Had to be escorted off the court now and be like, you know what, mate, put your shorts on later. It's all right. Yeah, good effort. More about Flashes local there. Shout out to Anthony Neves. Big gun down at the Flashes ears. Kilsyth to go into this quarter, beginning with Emery at the point. He's got Hamish McDonald to inbound to him. They're joined by Jeffs, Lang and Ursich. For the Miners, they're starting with Hines and Dunmore. The youngest is the Ballarat kids up the top. They're in a 2-3 zone as well. Jeffs looks to shoot right over the top of that, and no good. There's a fight for the rebound. The Ballarat ball coming up via Nick Pozoglu into Gack. Gack goes right over the top of the defence, no good. Lang with the rebound. It's left corner now. McDonald finds himself open off the back line, no good. Lang with a rebound. There's the kick it all out to Emery. They'll start again through Jess, not feeling gun shy, puts it up again. That's long again. The fight for the rebound this time's won by Zach Dunmore. Will Hines, right wing, he travelled beforehand, just shuffled the feet a little bit on the pivot. It'll be Kilsyth ball. Emery to do the ball handling. It's Jeffs, Lang. Back out to Jeffs now, having a try to find his range. Goes to the fake, finds Ursich right underneath his swamp. So it's back out to Lang. Ursich again, right corner this time. 3 ball corner pocket. Ben Ursich has his first from downtown. He's up to the 4 points. Kilsyth really tried to navigate the Ballarat 2-3 zone there with great success that time. Down the other end of Dengak, just muscling Tim Lang out the way, which is very difficult to do, and didn't quite make it work. Emery again with the ball handling. Hands off to Jeffs. Starting to draw the defenders who know that he wants to shoot it. Inside to McDonald. Tries to scoop up and under. Couldn't quite get it all the way around, though. And Nick Pozoglu pulls in the rebound. Does the ball handling himself. Skip pass across to Dunmore. He's open. Puts it up in the face of Ursich. No good. Tim Lang pulls down that board. Jess again. Still looking to get going. Just needs to look at the ring to draw defenders. Did it a couple of times there, and that's out to Lang. They'll swing around. Ursich finds himself open enough. Dunmore closes out. Does enough to put the shot off. McDonald chases the ball out of court. Stepped on the line on the way out, though. It will be Ballarat ball. Preston Bungie looks to come back in for the Miners. It looks he's replacing Nick Pozoglu. Pozoglu again, the MVP, but also the Defensive Player of the Year for the NBL West last season. And sure enough, already up to 2 steals on the evening. Pick and roll between Hines and Gack just didn't work. The pass went right through the hands of Gack, and it will be Kilsyth ball. Deng will check back in for Hamish McDonald. Emery again with extended minutes tonight. Will look to make the most of this. Runs it up to Jeffs. Lang at the very top. Deng draws a defense. Lang, top of the key, 3. That's long as well. They can't quite get it to drop. Jeffs with the offensive rebound. Lang will try again, having learned from his first one, but the same result off the back of the iron. Jeffs will try now. Right wing, third three-point attempt. There's another miss. But Emery did enough just being in the right spot. And he drew the foul. I think it was on Will Hines. He'll have a rest now as Sapwell and Crisp will come back in. Dunmore also has a seat. Emery's getting replaced by Mitch Dealmans. Dealmans to inbound. They've got a fresh 14 to work with. Again, Ballarat persists with their 2-3 zone. A couple of successful possessions for them at the moment. Def's open again. Back iron again. They're all a bit long at the moment. That's come off at the hand of Bungie. I don't know if he even bothered trying to convince the referee that he didn't reach as high as Mitch Dealmans for that one, so concedes a possession. Kilsyth ball again, 14 on the clock. Just like firing away, but everything's landing long at the moment. Deng will have a shot, top of the key. That one's successful. Finally, the Cobras get one to go by the hand of Deng. He's up to 7 on the evening. Kilsyth's leading scorer at this point. Crisp is mobbed, double-teamed. He still manages to get out of it. Preston Bungie gets to a nice spot on the hoop, but just is fading away a little too much to hit that. Lang pulls in the board. Dealmans now tries to get through. Crisp and Deng unsuccessfully. Bungie with a breakaway. And he finishes strong as Preston Bungie. Tim Lang realised he probably wasn't going to catch the savvy veteran Preston Bungie. Lang now is going to go to work against Deng Gackett down low. Right hook, bubbles, and eventually drops. Ting Lang gets his signature right hook to drop. His first field goal of the evening. That puts him up to 3 points. Gack to Bungie, looks to get inside again, goes and cuts hard to the hoop on the drive, but Lang did enough to put him off, grab the rebound out to Deng. He skips it across to Corey Jeffs. He's open. He bombs away, and that's nothing but net. Caught it in rhythm, did Corey Jeffs, and suddenly Kilsyth the back within 6. It's 30-24. Crisp looking to work. Sapwell, who hasn't scored since his opening flurry, drew their hands foul. Hand check on Corey Jeffs. That will be his first for the evening. From Ballarat comes again Nick Pozoglu. He's replacing Lucas Impey, who had a couple of minute run there. Bungie to do the inbounding. Criff just found himself open. Still had to get over the outstretched arms of Ben Ercich, but did that successfully. Good shot to stop the run from David Crisp, the University of Washington alumnus. Just faked the handoff. Deng now lost the handle, trying against Pozoglu. Not an easy person to beat on the breakdown. Lang now kind of stuck in the corner, lobs to Deng. Drew the foul on Crisp underneath, and that was probably a pretty good outcome for Kilsyth after they were well and truly trapped in the corner down there. Now, was it on the shot attempt? I think Coach Sutherland for the Miners doesn't think so, but referee saying it was on the putback attempt, so it will be 2 shots for Deng. The Miners are letting him know that he probably shouldn't be there as well, so yeah, sure enough, the first one misses. A wry smile from a lot of the Ballarat players. Deng does make the second. Again, it's back within 7 points at this stage. Chris hands off to Cohen Sapwell. Bungie, positive glue, left corner 3. That's well short. Ercich tracks down the rebound. He's going to look for Deng going long. He's got to take on Sapwell. Look for the Dealmans. I think the pass was on as he'd drawn the defense at Cohen Sapwell, but it was just a little too hot and went right through the hands of Dealmans. Ballarat ball up 7 midway through the second quarter. Cripps, nice pick and roll to Deng Gak. It is met at the summit by Deng, but the foul is called. The stadium was up. Deng commits his second foul. Deng Gak will head to the line for 2. Even MC Robbie Mason saying that was clean, but I suppose the referees had a pretty good view of it down there. If it was clean, then Deng Gak has no conscience. He nailed the first free throw. And no mistake with the second, so 2 points down that trip for Deng Gak. Static Critic gives a lot of attention to Mitch Dillmans, but Dillmans does get the ball off successfully. It's now over in the hands of Lang. Back cut, Ben Ercich, beautifully played by the Cobras. Lovely bounce pocket pass from Tim Lang to finish the play by Ercich. And the other end, the Miners looking to get straight into their offense. Sapwell looks to drive left, looking for a very similar outcome down that end with a beautiful pass to Nick Pozoglu. Very nicely set up by Cohen Sapwell. Back and forth stuff at the moment. Sapwell got his arms on the wrong spot though, trying to intercept the pass, and has picked up his second foul. Ballarat's third for the quarter. 4 minutes left. Inbound from Ercich finds Lang. He's working against Gak. Uses his dribble quickly, has to lean out, finds Deng outside. Only got the double team to work with there, but Ercich at the top of the key with Sapwell in his face hits the big 3. It'll be timeout Ballarat as Kilsyth the back within 6. Again, the Cobras have been bombing away from outside and they've started to drop, so they'll hope that that continues. The Miners want to chat about that to make sure they don't get too hot. As it stands, I think that's the 8th points for Ben Ercich. Also with 8 is Deng, but Corey Jess leads with 9. And the other end, Sapwell still in the lead for the leading scorer with 12. Crisp has 7 off of the as a support actor there. Again, David Crisp coming from the University of Washington, which is he was there at the same time as a couple of big names in Markel Fultz, but also Ozzie Matisse title. Always nice to see some of the big wigs from the NCAA coming to play at Kilsyth. So far this quarter, it's Kilsyth with a 16-8 performance. So again, some signs there of concern for the Miners, but they're still up 6, so a few adjustments and they'll see if they can put an end to that run. The Kilsyth fans at home worth pointing out that the Youth League Championship men had a win tonight. The Cobras won against Bulleen 83-82 in a very tight contest. Ben Barra leading the way with 30 points, supported by Vanderburn and Hayward. So a good outcome for the Cobras away from home, knocking off the Boomers. Sapwell put up a big 3 from the left side, no good, but the rebound came down to Bungie. It's going to be Gak now at the elbow, working against Lang. He's going to need to put the moves on. Nice pocket pass to Pozoglu, who found himself open again, and the athletic Nick Pozoglu, the lefty layup for 2. Ercich looking to find Lang. The lob pass was just a bit above the vertical reach of Lang, though, and it's a turnover. Crisp works it up for Ballarat. Face along. Gilman stayed with him, didn't have to worry him out of the points. Deng almost lost it on the break. Lang wide open, top of the key. That's his bread and butter. Tim Lang, a big 3. It's a 5-point game. Big Tim Lang with his second triple of the evening. Cobras have moved down to a 3-2 zone as wide open in the corner as a result of that zone was Sapwell, but he missed that. Crisp was open, he missed as well. Fight for the rebound between Lang and Sapwell. Lang possibly unsurprisingly wins that one. Jess looks to put the moves on, goes right up, and Pozoglu kind of faked going up but stepped out of the way. Corey Jess puts Cobras within 3, and this time it actually is 3. Crisp Pozoglu thought about the triple. The pass just missed the outstretched hands of Jeffs. It's Sapwell now looking to drive against Deng. Wide open in the corner is Preston Bungie. He puts that one to the right. Gilman skies to the rebound. Jeff slows up, doesn't quite have the numbers to run the fast break. Deng inside now. He's got Sapwell on him. He'll look to go to the right-hand hook, and another 2. This time Deng. Kilsyth are within 1 point, having trailed by 16 at one stage. Pozoglu on the right, looking to put looking to stop the bleeding somewhat. Underneath is Preston Bungie, wide open. Found the hole and manages to put the easy little 2 in. Does Preston Bungie. Deng looks to take on Pozoglu and goes up and right. Deng with a nice little driving layup. Another 2 for Deng. Pozoglu looking to give the same treatment to Deng, but skying past with the hands in the right spot was Ben Ersic. It's gone out of court. Ballarat still with a big shot clock to work with as Trey Moses will check it back in for Kilsyth with Tim Lang having a rest. There's 1:15 left in this first half. It's Ballarat by 1 with Kilsyth with the enormous fight back to try to just about even it. Gak was open enough to just pop it over the top of Deng and leaves it short. Moses with the rebound. Jeff still want to put Kilsyth in the lead for the first time tonight. Ersic to Moses. Gak in front of him, looks to go to work. It's underneath and does well. There's Trey Moses to muscle past Deng Gak and put the Cobras in the lead for the first time tonight. Timeout Ballarat. And the crowd goes nuts. The siren wasn't heard by the referee. Usually a good sign for a home team when the crowd's that loud. They've just hit the lead 41-40 with a nice move underneath by Trey Moses. His first 2 of the game. Deng's really sort of caught fire in this quarter. He's on 12 points now, shooting 5 of 8 from the field. Jeffs is on 11 and Ersic on 8. The big 3 for Kilsyth getting the vast majority of their points. Cohen Sapwell hasn't added to his 12 points since quarter time. He hasn't played a lot of the quarter, admittedly. He has been on the bench. However, he's going to look to try to break a bit of that funk in the last minute of this half. Supporting him is David Crisp with 7, Gak and Pozoglu 6 each, and Bungie with 4. Tim's both happy to kind of milk this time out for all it's worth. We've had a pretty frantic last couple of minutes. Not a whole lot of stoppages in this one, so they'll be sucking in as much O2 as they can for this last minute of action before half-time. Kilsyth coming out with Dillmans, Jeffs, Ersic, Deng and Trey Moses. Ballarat with Bungie, Crisp, Pozoglu. No one has really realised that they began, and even David Crisp probably missed a wide open Deng Gak underneath. Sapwell now, left side. Kansas City has really picked up a lot more noise in the arena now. Sapwell looks to get to about 15 feet. Leans puts it up, no good. Bungie with a long rebound out to Crisp. Again, they'll reset. Plenty of time on the shot clock to do so. Crisp puts the moves on Ersic. Ersic stays with him, forces the miss. Moses cleans up the mess. 25 on the game clock. The shot clock 7 less than that, so possibly the second last possession for Kilsyth for this quarter. Ballarat will probably finish it off. Jeffs now is going to look to use the Moses screen. The pocket pass just made it to him. 2 on the shot clock. Moses has to put it up from distance. No good. Rebound reeled in by Pozoglu. He's got 4 seconds to work with. The hand of the pass was Ersic. Deng spills it on the way. Dillman's had a wide open layup if he just got the ball, and it just slipped out of Deng's hands. But the Cobras have fought back amazingly, having been 16 down during the first quarter. A 27-12 run in the second quarter puts them up 41-40 at half-time. As mentioned, they're led at the moment by Deng with 12. Corey Jeffs has 11. 8 for Ursich and then 4 for Moses. For the Miners, again, the second quarter nowhere near as productive as their first. But Cohen Sapwell with his 12 first quarter points leads all scorers for the game. Crisp has 7, Gakapaza Blue 6, Bungie has 4. We'll leave it there for half. I'll go take a little break. We'll resume in a couple of minutes. Again, it's Kilsyth up 1, 41-40 against the visiting Ballarat Miners. Welcome back. We are at the Kilsyth Sports Centre at the Hugh McMenamin Arena, where the hosting Kilsyth Cobras hold a 1-point lead over the visiting Ballarat Miners, who got off to a hot start behind the hands of Cohen Sapwell, who had 12 first quarter points. Pardon me. I've got to get back from half time myself, don't I? He still equally leads the scoring for the game with 12, along with Deng Deng for Kilsyth. Kilsyth put on a performance in that second quarter. The three-point shots didn't really want to go until they did, and then they couldn't stop. It ended up being a 27-12 quarter after Ballarat outscored Kilsyth by 14 in the first. So definitely a game of momentum. Whether that continues in this half and we see a big run by either one of the teams, could go either way. It's hard to tell. Cobras are led, as I said before, by Deng Deng with his 12 points on 5 of 8 from the field. Corey Jeffs has 11, Persich 8 and Moses 4. Coming into the second half, Ballarat looks to be starting with David Crisp, Preston Bungie, Cohen Sapwell, Nick Pozoglu and Deng Gak, a very strong starting five. And let's see if they can give them a similar sort of start that they had in the first quarter. Kilsyth running with Dillmans, Jeffs, Deng, Moses and Ursich. They're all logging fairly big minutes tonight. Jeffs and Ursich haven't stepped off the court just yet. Again, Kilsyth a little short tonight, going ahead without Adi Tamada, the usual starting point guard. Chan Nai also not on the bench tonight. We get things underway for Ballarat. It'll be Crisp to look to set up the offense to begin with, working with Preston Mungi. Gak and Sapwell. Sapwell's doubled by Moses and Jess. Has to get it out and retreat through Crisp. It's now Gak underneath. Kicks it back out to Sapwell. Well beyond the three-point line that almost rattled in. Pozoglu had the rebound. Land in his lap and it just rimmed out on the putback. This time it was Deng Deng with the board. Dillman's now working on Crisp. Ursich to Deng. Looks to get it and goes over the top of Deng Gak, who just kind of stood there and absorbed the contact, but he was in the wrong spot, so he's committed the foul. It will be Deng Deng going to the line, trying to add to his 12 points. He's 1 of 2 at the line so far tonight. Deng does indeed hit his first. Again, recently added to the Cobras this season, having played in the NBL throughout the year. Played his first games last week in Tassie, so still getting used to the system, but he seems to have broken out tonight. He's up to 14 points on the evening. Very early stages of the third quarter. Kilsyth now up 3, 43-40. Bungie, Gak, and now Pozoglu on the left, looking ahead of him. He finds Bungie inside. He's got Ursich to deal with. He'll put up the fadeaway over Ben Ursich. That's short. Deng Deng with the rebound. He's got 5 of them at the moment. Looking to put the moves on Pozoglu. Drew the defense. Dillmans faked the pass. Found himself open for 3. And Mitch Dillmans with a big three-pointer. Kilsyth by 6. Again, the double team on the penetration. This time Bungie is up getting a little pocket pass into Pozoglu. Been in there a while, but retreats just in time. It's now Bungie on the left. Got Moses ahead of him. He ended up out of court trying to pass it back into the keyway. Great D. Trey Moses. Turnover forced, and it's Kilsyth ball. So the referee hopelessly watches as no one goes and collects the ball. And like usually, she has to go and do it herself. Persich lopes over there eventually, and we'll get started again. Oh, nope, we've got to wipe the ball. Now we'll get started. There we go. Extra couple of cheeky seconds of rest for both teams. Dillmans looks to outrun Crisp. Call that a tie. Ursich against Bungie. We've got now Deng, top of the key. Pozoglu again on him. Not an easy tag, and Deng almost lost it. Fades away, outstretched arms of Pozoglu, and on the way down now, I don't know which way the refs call this, because Gak is on the floor. It is called on Deng Gak, who was locked up with Trey Moses underneath, and I think on the way down, kind of tried to pull him down, so a lot of contact, and they've managed to pluck out the foul there. But that is Dengak's third, so he's immediately replaced by Jordan Lingard. Lingard coming a couple of valuable minutes in the first quarter. He ended up with 2 points out of that. And again, very dependable off the bench. I'll be looking to add to that tally. Ursic, finds Dillman, streaking to the top. He's wide open, at least 6 feet behind the line, but that fell about a half a foot short. Koziglu up to Crisp. Sort of almost wanted to be in rhythm there. Pulls up, gets into the teeth of the defence, and then airballs the floater, so it's going to be Kilsyth ball. Deng was there, and just the threat of Deng and his athleticism and long arms was enough to slightly worry David Crisp out of the points. Gilman's again, starting tonight. No tomato for Kilsyth. Looking to use the very far away from the basket post up at Trey Moses. They do so now. They've got Lingard on him. Spin move. Trey Moses gets to the hoop nicely. Does Trey Moses. A lot of physicality on the post D, and he used that to his advantage with the spin move. He has 4. Koziglu, and that's punted out of court by Moses. It will be Ballarat ball. 15 on the shot clock, still plenty of time for them to work. Kilsyth has stretched this lead out to 8 points now, having scored the only 7 points of the quarter. Ballarat in a drought. Crisp, Lingard, Sapwell. Needs to stay aggressive. He takes on Moses, always going to get past him and loses the handle on the way. Buckets it out to Lingard. 2 on the shot clock, has to put it up. Big rebound. Nick Koziglu misses the putback and the second putback. It's just too far under. Gilmans gets past Sapwell, wide open on the right wing is Corey Jeffs, and that's going all the way into the basket. That was always going down. They almost called it too early. That is an 10-point run by Kilsyth, 10-0 in this third quarter so far. Ballarat has to stem the bleeding and call a timeout. They've blown the lead, have Kilsyth out to 11 points. Jeffs is now up to 14. Him and Deng equal leading scorers. Jeff struggled at first with his shot and has now bumped himself up to 3 of 8. Usual high percentage shooter is Corey Jeffs. Shooting on the year at 44%, so almost up to that now for the evening, and he'll look to try to get even closer to that percentage, if not surpass it. On the other end, a lot of empty possessions for Ballarat. They just have just got the drops about them at the moment. They've come out at half-time with a new game plan, and it hasn't really stuck because nothing's going down for them. Sort of counting the shots at the moment. There's so none of 6 from the field in this quarter. With a turnover in there just for the sake of it as well. So again, something needs to change for the Miners. Let's say blow out in this third quarter. Lineup doesn't change. They can't run with Dengak, who's on 3 fouls at the moment, so they won't risk him. And in his place is Jordan Lingard. Otherwise, they're rocking with their starters of Crisp, Bungi, Sapwell, Koziglu, and again Lingard in place of Dengak. Sapwell looks to dish it off Bungi. Elevates for the 2 from mid-range, and the first points of the quarter come from the Kenyan national in Preston Bungi. Played in many places around the world. Was Preston Bungi, born in the States, naturalised Australian, but is on the Kenyan national team with old friend of Kilsyth, Desmond Awili. So small world. There's the little fadeaway from Moses in the middle of the key, just rims out at the last second. Ballarat will want to make an attempt at consecutive field goals here for the first time in a fairly long time, to be honest. Lingard does well to keep it away from the swarming guard. And there's Preston Bungi right up the guts as well. He even had Lingard wide open in there, but the fact that 2 of them got to the hoop pretty openly means that there was some sort of a breakdown on the Cobras defence. As Dillmans looks to take on David Crisp and does pretty well to get past him, but the pass was just kicked out of the way by, I think it was possibly Lingard. David Crisp will have a rest. He's been replaced by the youngster in Will Hines. Going to mention it, I think, at the end of the women's game, but a lot of Ballarat locals on the Miners list and a lot of Kilsyth locals on the Kilsyth list, and Ben Ursich, one of those Kilsyth locals, the Maroondah Magic boy with a fader from about 14 feet, is beautiful. Sapwell, and he is blocked by Corey Jeffs out of nowhere. The pass up to Dealman's 2-on-1. He's looking to put it in as Mitch Dealman's at the assist after the big block by Corey Jeffs. Corey Jeffs, the Mount Evelyn Meteor, up to Mitch Dealman's, the Maroondah Magic stalwart. Kilsyth really with a run at the moment. It's an 11-point game now as the pass from Lingard was on to Hines, but just didn't quite work out for them. There's a couple of changes being made by both sides. Sapwell's going to have a rest, replaced by Zach Dunmore, another local that we speak of. And Moses will have a seat. He's being replaced by Hamish McDonald. Lang has also come in place of, I think it is Corey Jeffs. So some communication on the bench between Dealmans and the coaching staff. Knows what to do once he gets up there now. Dealman's right side. Puts the moves on Hines, gets underneath everybody, blocked at the end by Lingard. Got through 4 people but couldn't get through the 5th at the end of Mitch Dealman's. Dunmore, spin move on McDonald, loses him completely, finds Lingard at the mid-range, and that's 2 points for Jordan Lingard. And a nice setup by Zach Dunmore. McDonald, an SEBC local. Deng now, left side. He's got the Lang screen to work with. Regains the handle. Lang is hit 2 from the outside tonight, but can't make a third. Good box out by Nick Posaglu. Gets the ball up. Jordan Lingard wide open. Two-handed stuff for security. Jordan Lingard has 6 points in the third. He has 6 of Ballarat's 8 points, no less. Ballarat, a couple of consecutive hoops here now. They're within 7. Ursich, nice find underneath to Hamish McDonald, who was wide open in $1 million spot. Great find by Ben Ursich. Bungie, Dunmore now. Lingard again, nice find to Posaglu, but the pass was just cut off by Deng, ends out of the hands of Dunmore. Big 3 for Zach Dunmore, the Ararat boy coming good for the Miners. Ooh, the pass almost picked off. It's Deng wide open for the 3. That's front iron, no good. Bungie with the rebound. There's 6 down at the moment, and he'll look to put that to 4, but that shot doesn't go. Tim Lang pulls down on the board. Kilsyth slow it down now. Dealman's it again with the ball handling duties. Ursich. Deng. Again, Dealman's. Almost had an opening for the shot there at the Lang screen, but couldn't make the most of it now. McDonald going hard at the rim by Lingard. That was I think Lingard's block was clean, but there was some contact on the head by Zach Dunmore. Was in there with a help D, so McDonald ahead to the line. Lingard probably robbed of a block in that one, but Dunmore not happy with that. Patrick Emery is coming in as Corey Jeffs resumes his spot in the court. They're replacing Ursich and Dealmans. McDonald back irons the first one. Another first free throw missed by the Cobras. And misses the second as well. So an empty trip at the line for Hamish McDonald. Bit of a let-off for the Miners there. They'll look to again eat into this lead in a Horns formation. Brungi to Posaglu. The hyper-athletic Posaglu couldn't quite get up over Tim Lang. Some mountains are just a little too high for us to climb, I guess. Mind you, if anyone could do it, it'd be Nick Posaglu. So Emery now looking for Deng. He's got Bungi in front of him. Ballarat in a 2-3 zone as we speak. Right through the teeth of that, though, is Deng. Deng no good, and the putback for Tim Lang was wide as well. Ballarat ball. Bungi, he's got Jeffs in front of him. Wide pass out to Posaglu, hand off to Dunmore. Emery in front of him, he shakes Emery. Lingard's open from the right wing. Not quite for Jordan Lingard. Deng's pretty much trapped under the hoop. He gets it out to McDonald, who's going to do the ball handling. Gets past Hines. Finds himself on a break now. Scoop pass to Patrick Emery, but he couldn't stop himself from ramming into Jordan Lingard. And the offensive foul on Hamish McDonald. Great D and a great position from Jordan Lingard. In comes Crisp replacing Dunmore. First time tonight we'll see Nick Fowler, the Foston Phantoms local. Another Phantoms boy out there after a couple of Phantoms girls were out there for the women's team before. Strong representation tonight from the navy blue. Coming back in is also Trey Moses to anchor that 2-3 zone that Cobras now find himself in. Chris Pozoglu now is on the right corner. Skip past to Crisp at the top. He's got Emery to deal with there. Spins, gets right past Patrick Emery. David Crisp with a beautiful spin move, and that puts Ballarat within 4. Managed to chip into the big lead that Kilsyth found themselves with halfway through this quarter. And then a foul on the ball handler will be called on Will Hines. His second. That'll now put Ballarat in the bonus, so Kilsyth will shoot on any other defensive foul. Fella, first touch of the ball tonight, gets a woo from the crowd. Moses backing down Lingard. Nice no-look pass to Hamish McDonald, and the finish didn't quite drop. Beautiful setup, but the execution at the end was just a little lacking. Pozoglu looking to move against Moses, who probably understood that he might not have the athleticism to keep up with Nick Pozoglu, but did enough to draw contact and a sideline ball. A successful trip down the court here. Ballarat had the chance to make this a single possession game. Hines back to Bungie. Corner, Pozoglu. He kicks it back out to Hines. The pass is a bit lacking, so he can't make much with it. The ball's all over the place. I think it's slipped out of the hands of Bungie and it's whacked into the shot clock. So more action in that possession than I could keep up with, but it's Kilsyth ball. 1:09 left in the third. It's Cobras by 3. Emery with Hines wearing him like a glove, has to give it off. Jeffs now. Rolling Trey Moses, and the foul was called. I think there was an arm in there before the possible charge was called. And it was the arm of Lingard, so he will pick up his first foul of the evening. Shooting foul or not, the Cobras are in the bonus, so Trey Moses will head to the line. He's 67% from the line so far this season. Moses at the moment has 6 points, 3 of 6 from the field. This is the first, remains on 6 points. And the second's no good either. Nick Fowler, the hustle rebound, big offensive board for Nick Fowler. Moses again with the steal on Bungie. He's going to go up with the hook, and that does everything but go in. The groan of the crowd was one of the loudest noises I've heard all night. Ballarat on the other end looking to take advantage of that. The ball goes right through the hands of Lingard, but only Miners are there to pick it up, so it's going to be Crisp. Bungie drives right through, finds Lingard underneath, had to rush the shot, but that went a little too wide. Cobra's ball, 20 on the shot clock, 5 seconds ahead of the game clock. Again, Hines all over Emery. Emery manages to shake him, gets into the key. Hines still there. This time the foul is called, and Emery will head to the strike for 2. Will Hines did a real good job of getting the hands in the wrong spots there for Patrick Emery's comfort. Eventually the hands are in the wrong spot, and Emery will go to the line for 2. First free throws for the season for Pat Emery. There is a lid on the hoop for the Cobras down at that end. A couple of misses in the last trips down the line, so it could be a lot further ahead if they were converting from the stripe here. Emery does make his second, extends the lead to 5. 17 left in the third. Shot clock's it off. Hines now has a 2-3 zone ahead of him. Lingard, Crisp gets open enough at the outstretched arms of Moses to get over. Doesn't make the shot. Jeffs, 3 seconds to work with. Has to pull up, has to spin. Gets to the hoop somehow, but it couldn't get it to drop. Nice move, but the execution at the end was just off. It is Kilsyth going into three-quarter time with a 58-53 lead. Kilsyth led at the moment by Jeffs and Deng with 14 points each, and Ben Ursich, the ever-efficient 3-and-D specialist, himself has 10 points. We've spread the rebounds out fairly evenly of the Cobras. It's Deng the leading rebounder with 5. Even the assists across the board with Gilman, Zersic, Jess and Deng all have 3 assists each, and even Big Tim Lang with 2 off of the bench. For the Miners, again, Cohen Sapwell still leads their scoring with 12, all of which happened in the first quarter. Hasn't hit the scoreboard since then, so he's probably just itching at a chance to get himself back into the game. Crisp has 9, Bungie has 8, and then Gak and Pozoglu with 6 each, as does Jordan Lingard, all of those coming in the third. Pozoglu, the hyper-athletic Pozoglu with 9 rebounds and 5 assists, doing his job at stuffing the stat sheet nicely. A couple of defensive stats as well with 2 steals. Otherwise, Bungie with 6 rebounds is the next one.
20 seconds. 20 seconds.
Now, I've got a feeling one of these guys is going to make this half-court shot. This is the one. That's in. Oh, no, it's not. All right, I'll settle down. You know, no, I'm calling it. This is the one. This is the one. Oh, it's good defense. That doesn't count. Ooh.
I'm going to give you one more shot each at half. One more shot each at half court. One last shot each at half.
Sorry, I'm hideously distracted by this. I think MC Robbie Mason is pretty confident that he's going to make one of these. This is good. This is good. This is good. No. Oh, it was! He made it! I was looking at the wrong one. Nailed the half-court shot. There's a memory that that'll last forever. That's incredible. Download this game when you get home, parents. The best part about that was that all the players were on the court at the same time, so that was in front of the pros. It showed them how it was done. The final quarter set to begin. The Miners going in with Hines, Crisp, Bungie, Pozoglu and Deng Gak, who's playing with 3, so has had to spend a fair bit more time on the bench than he usually would. Kilsyth rolling with Emery, Fella, Jeffs, McDonald and Moses. Jeffs traps the D, gets it out to Emery. Big 3, Patrick Emery, no good. Rebound, just skying above everyone was Trey Moses, who then put the ball on the floor, nearly lost it, earns it back. Jeff ends up with it, 7 seconds on the shot clock. Moses has to pull up, free throw line jumper, no good. Back iron, Nick Feller almost with the rebound again, but Deng Gak just rips it up and over. Ballarat earn the possession and get the stop on D. Double team on Crisp, they find Deng underneath, who almost made it over the front of the rim, but it just rattled out Kilsyth ball. Jeffs uses the McDonald screen. Emery now, the pick and roll. And Moses' pass just slipped out of the hand at the end. 7 on the shot clock. Jeffs to Fella. The crowd wanted Fella to shoot it. He passed it off, and then the turnover occurred off the hands of Jeffs. It's going to be Ballarat ball. Skip pass from Bungie finds Crisp. He gets to the hoop. Emery in the way. No call either way. Cobras with the rebound on the missed shot. Jeffs got Hines in front of him. And it's right into the centre of him, and that's a foul on the offensive side. It will be on Corey Jeffs. Only his second of the evening, but great D. Will Hines getting to the right spot at the right time. A veteran defensive move from the kid, Will Hines, the Ballarat local from Exy's Acme. And a domestic night, as much as I want to shout out the Kilsyth domestic sides. There's a couple of Ballarat domestic sides worth a mention as well. The old Sovereign Knights back in the day were my haunt. But hello as well to the Celtic Tigers at Exy's Acme, as we said. Phoenix is always up there. The Saints, a couple of Saints products on the list for Ballarat as well. Drummond Street, they're doing pretty well for themselves as well. Coach Daniel Nags, hello. Big 3 attempt from David Crisp is no good. Again, an effort rebound from Nick Feller, and every time he touches the ball, the crowd is going nuts. The Foster's Phantoms are in the house. The Emery. Fell to Jeffs. Pocket pass, McDonald just goes up over the top. Possibly too late and trying to block that. And 2 points, Hamish McDonald. He's up to 4. Hines, Gak now through, waves off Bungie. No, back pass, back cut, doesn't quite go. Extra pass out to Pozoglu, fakes the shot. The last line of defense was Patrick Emery, and he had his hands in the right spot. Then he earns the foul on Nick Pozoglu. That'll be Pozoglu's second, and that's a steal for Patrick Emery. Cohen Sapwell's going to come back in. He will replace Will Hines for the Ballarat Miners. Sprinting from the bench was Dang Dang. He managed to make it just before the ball came in, so he's coming in to replace Nick Fowler. Again, a couple of big rebounds. A groan from the crowd as Nick Fowler takes a seat. Maybe Jeff's now. Oh, he saw the pass to McDonald, but no one else saw that, including McDonald. Sapwell was right there. Crisp, left side. No hesitation, but that's front of the line, no good. Bungie again with the long rebound. Kicks it down to Cohen Sapwell in the corner. Ballarat will reset. Crisp gets to a good spot. Pocket pass. Poziglu gets up and over. Doesn't quite get it to go. Taps it out to Crisp, though. They'll get a third shot of it. Well done for Nick Poziglu for staying with that possession. Again, Crisp can't get past Emery, who's locking down defensively at the moment. It's Sapwell trying to get past. He tried to get past McDonald, had to scoop it up. Great defensive possession for the Cobras. Sapwell still hasn't scored since the first. Deng using the Moses screen. Fades away from the free throw line, but that was well short. Fell into the lap of Gak. He gets it out to Crisp on the right side. That ball went through the hands of a few different Cobras players. It will be Ballarat ball, still 18 on the clock. Lots of room for them to work with. 6:52 left in this one. Timeout called by somebody or other. Again, 60-53. Still anyone's game. Ballarat looking to stem the bleeding of the last two quarters, and they've done fairly well at the beginning of this quarter. There are low, I say fairly well, it's extremely low scoring. In the 3 minutes and 8 seconds of this quarter, there's only been the 2 points by Hamish McDonald. It's a good opportunity now to shout out to our sponsors. It's good to have KO on board. Not sure if we quite made it to Game of the Week this week, but I'm sure they've got some good hoops on there at the moment, and it's lovely to see them giving access to what is the only national competition in the country, which is an amazing initiative, and it's good to see the green branding KO there. Foot Locker is back on with this, which is also a global brand. It's lovely to see. Got Dream Courts. One of my guilty pleasures is just looking up how that would fit in my backyard, so that'll happen one day, I think. Coles Express in there as well, which does remind me I need to fill up with petrol on the way home. Again, it's good as truly a national competition with every state and territory represented. Well, the two big territories, at least. It's fantastic to see that the Cobras can go down to Hobart and Northwest Tassie and have a road trip down there, and then we're still involved with places like Mount Gambier as well, and we've lost Albury Wodonga, and that means we don't get to see Lauren Jackson this year, but again, they're dominating the NBL 1 South to their credit. Started back up. I've talked enough rubbish. It's Crisp with the ball. He gets it to Poziglu. Drives on Deng. Goes left and no good. The rebound. It fell out of the lap of Trey Moses as the advertising boards go crashing down. Deng trying to help out with the housework down there. I think the referees will converge to try to figure out whether the ball actually hit the rim and the shot clock resumes or not, but they might have a chat to the bench at the moment, and I think the score bench asked the question, but never did hit the rim. So 9 on the shot clock for Ballarat to work with. Bungie receives the pass in the corner. Sapwell, right wing, gets it to Crisp. He gets into the teeth. No, he doesn't. Great D. Hamish McDonald stop the flow and get his hands in the right spot. Deng with a step, another step, gets it up at the basket. Deng with Ersic looks to go against Sapwell. We're not strong. The block will be recorded to Sapwell. Sapwell thinks he didn't get the last finger on it. I think he'd either get the block credited to him or get the possession, so at least he gets a stat out of that. Once again, the court sweepers. I don't know if we've got enough towels down there at the moment. There's two of them working on completely different spots. So those are just the ones we know about. Very proud parents in the yard. Oh, he's just throwing the face at his mate, the towel at his mate's face. That's harsh. Foul's called quickly there. I think there was a holding or a hand check there on David Crisp, so he'll pick up his first. Doesn't affect the, well, I say it doesn't affect the game as much. That is the third team foul for Ballarat. There's 6 minutes still left in it. That may become a factor towards the end. Dillmans. We used the screen from Moses, but Moses really leaned into that one, unfortunately, for Kilsyth. That's an offensive foul, the moving screen. Did kind of have to go searching for the defense of that one, so fairly late call, but the correct call. Moses picks up his second. Sapwell inside to Lingard. Deng went for the big block. The shot never came. It's Sapwell still not on the board after the first quarter. He was open for that, but it just went to the right. It's Crisp now. Working against Dillmans. Trying to use a mismatch. Fades away. David Crisp with a beautiful fadeaway. He's up to 11 points for the evening. Is the University of Washington graduate. Deng just getting Jordan Lingard all over the place. Mitch Dillmans wide open for three on the left. No good. Dengak pulls down the rebound. Ballarat look to try to at least halve this 4-point deficit they faced. Crisp almost loses it on the double team. Lingard skip past Sapwell, left corner, big three. Cohen Sapwell, Ballarat within one. Sapwell's first points since the first quarter. It couldn't have come at a better time for the Miners. Deng, left side, waiting for something to happen down low. Finds Moses. Now Gak, he went down on the first bump by Trey Moses. And it's another offensive foul on Moses, this time on the back down. I see some substitutions made by both sides. Lang and Jeffs will come back in for McDonald and Moses for the Miners. Lingard has had some pretty great form in this second half. He's getting replaced by Nick Pozoglu. So big possession in the context of the game. Ballarat down by one with the ball. There's still 4:42 left, but in a game that's gone in a series of big swings and big momentum shifts, this could be a very big possession. Crisp has squatted the ball to halfway to milk the most of the clock. Possibly Sapwell had a look at it. Drives in, draws the zone defense. Wide open, Preston Bungie with a big dunk. Ballarat up by one on the lovely feed from Cohen Sapwell. Deng, open enough to shoot the three from the top of the key. No good, goes right. Preston Bungie rebound. He's now up to 12 and 8 on the evening is Preston Bungie. Pardon me, 13 and 8 as the Crisp shot is no good. Pozoglu offensive rebound. Dengak can't handle it. It ends up in the hands of Jeffs. He's got Pozoglu ahead of him. He decides to dish out to Lang, resume the offense. 17 left on the shot clock, so plenty of time to do so. It's Dillmans on the right, waiting for the Lang screen. He posts up now on Gak. Looking for a pass behind him, but he'll look to back down. Gak now. Left spin, pardon me, right spin, right hook, and that didn't even hit the rim. Bungie another rebound. Open top of the key. Jeffs has to stay in front. Did enough to make Bungie pick up the pass. And then the steal from Ben Ersic takes on Sapwell. Tried to go up and under the arms of Sapwell and just missed the layup. Good D, Cohen Sapwell. And Ballarat recovers the ball. They're up by one. 3:20 left in this one. Posiglu, Sapwell, and now still Sapwell. Ignores the handoff to Crisp. Gets it to Gack. Crisp guarded both sides. Still gets it over Tim Lang, and another basket for Ballarat. Timeout called by Kilsyth. Ballarat up by 3. They are on quite the run at the moment. They've scored 12 points to 4 in this fourth quarter, and again they hold a 3-point lead with 3 and a bit minutes left in this one. Preston Bungi's really come alive. Again, he's up to 13 points now. He pulled down the 8 boards. Sapwell, though, after 12 first quarter points, he might start to come back into the game. He's up to 15 now with his last 3-point made and a nice dish to the cutter before. Chris was on 11. He's still out there. Gack and Posiglu 6 each. Again, the Posiglu stat count is on to 10 rebounds, and he's up to 5 assists as well. He's got the 3 steals. So, again, all over the score sheet is Nick Posiglu. Cobras have gone a bit cold after riding a very hot third quarter. Second quarter was even better for them, mind you. But Jeffs hasn't added to his 14-point tally for quite a while now. Deng's up to 16. But only the 2 points recently. A couple of misses since then. Trying to get an eye as to who's going to come out for the lineups for each of those teams. For the Miners, it'll be Crisp, Sapwell, Bungi, Dengak, and Posiglu. For the Cobras, they're going Ursich, Lang, Jeffs, Deng, and Dealmans. Kilsyth ball. Dealmans to do the ball handling. 3 minutes left in this one. Jeffs lays off the Lang screen. Got open spin move. Tim Lang goes up and over. Tim Lang with a beautiful spin move. Cobras within 1. Crisp, Bungi, Sapwell puts it up. Right corner. In, out, in. The 3-point shot from Cohen. Sapwell did everything to try to get out of the basket and sunk. 4-point lead Ballarat. Deng gets past everybody. Gack gets a hand on the basket, on the ball, pardon me. Still went in for Deng. Fast pace coming out of that last time out. It is Ballarat by 2. 2:22 left in it. Crisp finds Sapwell on the left. Not more conscious of him now that he's now at his last 2 triples. Posiglu, Crisp, Bungi in at the elbow, out to Sapwell. He's got Deng in front of him. He's isolated now, looking to take on Deng. Pulls up over the arms of Lang, and that one went well right. A couple of very long bodies in between him and the basket. Didn't have to put him off. Deng looking to get the skip on Gack. He keeps up with him. Jeffs gets to the hoop. Tie game. Corey Jeffs with the layup from the left side. 68 all. Less than 2 minutes in it. David Crisp slows things down. He looks to run the offense now. Cobras with 3 at the top. No, 2-3 zone, pardon me. Bungi now at the elbow. Lang in front of him. Looks to get past Lang. Does enough to draw the foul. Lang going out of court. Tried to get a body onto Bungi. And Bungi was patient enough to go up after Lang had drawn the contact. 2 points, trip to the line, and a foul on Tim Lang. Preston Bungi loses a shoe in the process as well. Big possession for Ballarat here. The chance to stretch this out to a 3-point game with 92 seconds left in it. Again, Preston Bungi, the Kenyan native, born in the States but played for Kenya. Briefly mentioned before, alongside a Kilsyth alumnus in Desmond Willie on the Kenyan team. You see Robbie Mason looking to get the crowd involved because the crowd really need for Preston Bungi to miss this one. And he does, front iron. Crowd celebrates their efforts. They're really getting into this now. 1 minute 25. Deng looks to take on Gack, loses it at the end, tries to get it out to Dealmans. The last ditch pass from Deng out of the key didn't quite work, and Dealmans loses the ball out of court. 1:16 left. Miners by 2. Preston Bungi has dominated this last quarter. Posiglu. Looking to take on Ersic, gets up over Lang, the ball rims out, Dang is he pulls down the rebound. 1 minute in it. Jess pulls it up, how to think about it. Dang puts the spin move, gets to the hoop, this Dang, it rims out, it's a travel. He does not believe it. He got to the hoop, the ball just rimmed out, but the travel was called beforehand. The basket, it was a moot point. 50 seconds left. Ballarat by 2. It's Crisp looking to take as much time as he needs. Kilsyth again, 2-3 zone, maybe extending out to a 3-2. Dealmans. Crisp looking to work. He's got Lang in front of him. Looks to take on the basket. Out to Sapwell. Open 3. Cohen Sapwell, the dagger. The crowd goes silent as Cohen Sapwell makes it a 5-point game. Silence only broken by the roar from the Ballarat bench. Big mountain to climb now for Kilsyth. 5 points down, 25 seconds left. And the zone has done pretty well for Kilsyth when they've busted that out on defence for the second half. But the last couple of possessions, the Miners have just been able to find a way through it and get some open shots up, whether they're going into the teeth of the key or whether they've got the open shot out there for Sapwell, who, as we said, 12 first quarter points, didn't get onto the board in the second or the third. He's now got 9 points in the third, 3 giant three-pointers. He's now up to 18 on the night. Preston Bungi has been impressive. He's on 15 with 9 boards ripped down as well. Crisp has 13. Pozoglu and Gak have 6 each. Pozoglu with his 11 rebounds as well. 5 assists, 3 steals if you would believe it. Dang leading Kilsyth with 18. Has gone a little colder, but he will finish out this game. Coach Wershing giving the last orders to Kilsyth. They're going out with Dealmans, Ersic, Jeffs, Deng and Lang. Ballarat do have a timeout. If Kilsyth do manage to score, I'm sure they'll be using that. Kilsyth are in the bonus, so if they do need to foul. Jeffs open, top of the key, rims out. Pozoglu, another board that draws the foul. Lang had to foul him straight away. That did everything but go into the Corey Jeffs 3. Had a good look and it just hit about 4 pieces of iron. So now they hope, as I think it's Nick Pozoglu will go to the line. Deng giving him a little bit of advice on the way down. Might put the mic a little closer here because the crowd is about to go nuts. No semblance of the situation whatsoever. Nick Pozoglu nails the first. And this will make it pretty much impossible. Rims out. Dang's pass does not make it to Jeffs. Does bounce off the foot off Bungi, so any hope the Kilsyth Cobras had nearly was dashed. Interesting here, Kilsyth need 2 threes. Dang just goes to the drive. He was looking to get the foul on Deng Gak, but Gak kept the arms out well. Deng can't believe it. That'll do it. Gilmans has to foul. David Crisp will go to the line to basically make it official from here. The Ballarat Miners are going to pull out a big road win against the Cobras, who up until now were 4-1 and have just come off of a 2-win road trip to Tasmania. Almost an impossibility in this league, and they managed to pull it off, but then can't come back and defend their own stadium. Miners with 2 big road wins in a row between Bendigo last week and Kilsyth this week. Chris misses both. Jeffs has to shoot, loses the ball, that'll do it all. Big collision at the end between Jeffs and Sapwell. The refs have let it go because no one else is going to compete for it. Big win, Ballarat Miners, 74-68 victors. They rode a last quarter run of 21-10. Big game at the end by Cohen Sapwell, who started strong, finished strong. He leads the scoring for his team with 21 points in the end. 15 for Bungi, 13 for Crisp. Of the Cobras, Deng had 18, Jeff 16, Ursich 10, a big finish for the Miners sees them take the double in Kilsyth. The women coming off with the win, and now the men running out as 6-point victors in a huge game. I've been Aaron Tate. Apologies from Mark Watkins, who'd love to be here. Hopefully he's around next week for next Sunday's home game, where the Kilsyth Cobras will host... Oh, I didn't have that in front of me. They'll host somebody. Mind you, Kilsyth next week will have their Saturday night game over at Knox against their local rivals in the Raiders, so the women and men will be playing there. The Miners next week, they're still on the road. This time it'll be to Geelong on the Friday night game. That might be a Saturday night game, pardon me. Again, a big win for Ballarat. The crowd leaves disappointed as the finish didn't quite go their way. Miners, huge win. They'll take the trip up the Western Highway pretty happily tonight. 74-68. I've been Aaron Tate. Pleasure being here. Thanks a lot. Bye.